Look what came today, family. Look what came today. I'm so excited. You see this? These are some gardener's best friends. Let me introduce you. Oh, that one didn't want to come out. Can you all see it? Oh, he went back down in there. Oh, it's quite a few of them. Let me introduce you to my little friends. Meet the red wigglers, you all. Or another word for them, worms. Another word for them, my new vermiculture system. Who uses vermiculture? Well, I do. Lots of farmers do. Lots of gardeners do. And people that just want to reduce their food waste. Schools teach sustainability, so this is one way. If you cook often and you have vegetable scraps and you have scraps, you would take them and you would put it in some type of bin. And in that bin, you would put our little friends, our little friends. So anyone who wants to have healthier soil, less trash go into some landfill, can benefit from raising worms. Now, what type are these? These are called red wigglers. And these red wigglers are known for vermiculture. So I just learned what that was because I kept saying, since I'm a new gardener, what is worm castings? What is worm casting? Why this sudden urge? Everybody's talking about worm casting, and make sure you put some worm castings in there. So, worm casting is really just worm poop. That's really all it is. So, you put your red wigglers in some type of composting system with some leftover scraps from your vegetables and from your fruits, things that you cook, no meats, no dairies. You can use some crushed eggshell, vegetable scraps. Ooh, coffee drinkers. You could use your leftover coffee, your leftover tea. They love melons and they love pumpkins. Do I see them? This is so neat. So what you would do, you would put all of your scraps into whatever composting system that you use via old tub, via buckets, via uh, something like this, because this is what I have right now just to put them in since I just got them one today. So, what I started right here was scraps of paper. I put some black cow compost in here, and I also put, oh, some banana scraps, some coffee, some tea. What else did I put in there? Different things that I cook throughout the week, the little vegetable scraps, I put that in there. And I'm going to wet it. So that way it already has been degrading down so that when I put my new little friends in there, they'll go on down to the bottom. Now I'm going to sit this inside of a plastic container, like a tote, that has holes on the top. And then I'm going to continuously feed it weekly, bi-weekly, whenever it looks like it's has degraded down enough. And that's what I'm gonna do. But if you do worms, if you do worm castings, if you have your own worm farm, please tell me how often you feed your little red wigglers. And when you first get your red wigglers, do you already have your composting system like this ready? And then you put yours inside of there? Or do you keep them in the container that they came in, meaning the box, not the styrofoam container? What do you normally do? Because that's what I would like to know. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all the people who have joined, who are new, or who have rejoined. Thank you for joining. But if you are a gardener, if you have a worm farm, please answer. How often do you feed yours? If you have a 10-gallon tote, how often do you feed yours? What do you look for as an indication that you need to feed them some more? Because I'm understanding that they are really fast eaters. So I've learned through YouTube University that most people do once or twice a week. So let me know what you do. All right, so I also learned on YouTube University where to keep my compost bin in a cool place because they don't like the sun because they will bellow down. As you see now, they're exposed to the light, so they're trying to go deeper down into the soil. So they don't like the light. I guess they're like, don't run to the light, don't run to the light. So if you do worm casting your own worms, what type of container do you use? Do you use a wooden box? Do you use a tote? Do you use like an old bathtub with something over the top? If you're using like a 5-gallon bag bucket from Lowe's or Home Depot, what do you put over the top? Because once you drill the holes, you have holes left that the worms can escape from. So what do you put over the top to keep the worms from coming out of the container? That's another thing I would like to know. But I just had to show you all my new little friends. Why are they important? Because they're the most natural um, fertilizer for our plants. And by the way, I hope you are getting up, getting out, and growing something because you and I have to do for you and I. And nobody's coming to save us. So we have to do for each other. Okay? But these worm castings are nutrient dense because they're eating the vegetable scraps in which we put in there. So they're getting all the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals from the vegetable scraps, and then they're eating it and they're really just pooping it out, just to just be plain. They're pooping it out, and that black gold that's left, that's the organic soil or the organic matter that we're planting our plants in. So we know what type of soil we have because we're creating it with our own worms. So if you never liked worms before, now is maybe a time that you should get to like them if you're trying to be a new gardener like I am. So I'm going to be learning along the way. Please put down in the comments if you have raised worms before, if you have a worm bin, what type, what food scraps have you seen, known, heard, or read that they seem to like the most of, and anything else you possibly can that can help. All right. So, organic soil, organic friends, organic friends, you all. Look at that. It's a whole lot of them, but they keep going down to the bottom because they don't like the light. So, since I already have a new home prepared for them, I'm getting ready to go put them in. I just wanted to introduce you to my new little friends, my new vermiculture system, my new black gold in the making, my very own worm castings. So, peace, love, and magnified blessings. And if you're looking for a way to have your own organic soil to grow your own food, help reduce waste, and great for the environment, then these little red wigglers are also for you. And they are very, very hard workers. So I'm going to keep giving you the update. As I learn more stuff, I'll let you all know more stuff. But if you've already learned, please let us know. All right, so instead of throwing those food scraps away, those vegetable scraps, that is, and fruit scraps, turn them into something valuable for your garden. And even if you don't garden, give it to somebody who does. But our word of the day, vermiculture. Peace, love, and magnified blessings, family.